So this is part of my decking. That's my cat. And it turns out that many of the joists are pretty rotten. You can probably see beneath here that the joists are rotten. In fact, some of the decking boards themselves look a bit rough as well. And this decking board itself is quite spongy because, unsurprisingly, the joist underneath is also rotten. So the plan is to rip up some of the decking boards, or all the decking boards, inspect the joists, replace the joists where appropriate, and then put it all back. Over the last week or so I've been removing the decking boards, so this is a couple of pictures just from before I started filming. With that in mind, here's one side that I prepared earlier. So over the last couple of days I've been ripping these boards up. Some of them have been really difficult to get up because the joists are so rotten, and in fact down here the joists are so rotten that when you unscrew it, the screws just spin rather than undoing. So just to illustrate a point, there's a couple of really rotten joists. That one I cut through because I couldn't get the screws undone, but they are really very rough and need to be replaced. So the first job of the morning is to take out some screws. So as you can see here, these screws haven't come out properly. They've just, because the wood's so rotten, they've just come out. Now, problem is, because the screws are so rotten as well, when I've tried to unscrew them, they've just spun, and now I can't. Whoops! Now I can't remove the screw either. So I need to get these out using the DeWalt reciprocating saw. I'm going to chop the end of the screw off, and then just bash it out with a centre punch. Now you can see, here we are, because of the design of the screw, where is it? There it is. Because of the design of the screw, they don't have thread all the way down, so you can't just unwind them because that doesn't have anything to unwind it through, you see? So chop it off here and then tap it out. Pretty simple. So there it is, cut off. Centre punch goes in there, and then I can just use the hammer just to pull it out. Boom, done. See, no thread on the end there, so I couldn't have unscrewed it. The head is still in good shape, but because the wood was so rotten, it's just pulled straight out. So these I can just give a quick tap to underneath to a point where the thread is actually in the decking board, and then I can generally just unscrew them with the screwdriver. So that's it. All the decking is now removed. It's quite a big pile there. Alright, and the plan is to reuse as much of it as possible. And the good thing is that most of the decking, the old decking, is hardwood. So you can see it's kind of pretty heavy. Some of the stuff that's been replaced recently is softwood, and this has been on the decking for probably 2 or 3 years, and you can see it's already knackered. Not true in all cases, but some of it's reusable. I think that might be a bit reusable, we'll see. However, some of it is also just beyond repair. So this is another bit of softwood, it just seems to fall apart. Whereas this hardwood, it's my cat, this hardwood, been on there, I don't know, probably 10 years, still in great condition, certainly will clean up. This one too. probably going to need a little bit more preparation, but this has all been repaired with, or painted rather, with Cuprinol decking rescue paint. It was only done about a year ago. As you can see, a lot of it's already worn off, but I think that's probably because it wasn't very well prepared. We didn't do it, had somebody else to do it. Whereas along the side of the decking, it may have a few spiders' webs and stuff on it, which needs a bit of a clean, but overall it's in very good condition. So I think the paint is okay, just poor preparation. The plan is to reuse as much as possible, but I have bought an extra 50 linear meters length worth of softwood decking, because right now can't buy hardwood for love nor money during the COVID-19 crisis.